Once upon a time, in a small village nestled by a serene lake, there lived a wise Zen master. The villagers respected him for his profound wisdom and his ability to bring peace to troubled minds. One day, a distraught villager approached the Zen master, his face filled with anxiety and frustration. He said, "Master, my mind is in turmoil. I am constantly anxious, and I don't know how to find peace." The Zen master nodded calmly and replied, "I can help you, but first, let me tell you a story." The villager listened intently as the Zen master began his tale. Imagine you are in a small boat on a calm lake. Suddenly, another boat approaches from a distance, heading straight towards you. The person in the other boat is rowing furiously, and it seems as if they are about to collide with your boat. The villager interrupted, "Master, what would you do in such a situation?" "I would be filled with fear and anxiety." The Zen master smiled gently and continued, "I understand your concern, but let me finish the story. As the other boat comes closer, you can see that it's empty. There is no one in it." The villager looked puzzled and asked, "But if there's no one in the boat, why should I be afraid?" The Zen master replied, "Exactly. The boat that represents your anxiety and turmoil is empty as well. There is no one inside it. It is only when you engage with it, when you let it consume your thoughts and emotions, that it becomes a source of anxiety. Learn to observe your anxiety like an empty boat passing by on the lake. Let it come and go without attaching yourself to it, and you will find peace." The villager contemplated the master's words and slowly began to understand. Over time, he practiced this mindfulness and detached himself from his anxious thoughts. As a result, he found the serenity and inner peace he had been seeking. The lesson of this Zen story is clear. Anxiety and worries are often like empty boats passing through the waters of our minds. We have the choice to engage with them or let them drift away. By practicing mindfulness and detachment, we can find tranquility even in the face of life's challenges. Here's another Zen story to help you deal with anxiety. Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a young woman named Kiza. Kiza was known for her beauty and charm, but she carried a heavy burden in her heart. She had recently lost her only child, a beloved son. Kiza was consumed by grief, and her sorrow was so profound that she could not accept her son's death. She wandered through the city, carrying his lifeless body, visiting wise men and healers, seeking a cure for her pain. One day, Kiza was told about the Buddha, a wise teacher known for his profound wisdom. Desperate for relief, she carried her son's body to the Buddha and fell to her knees before him, sobbing uncontrollably. She begged the Buddha, "Please, wise one, bring my son back to life. You have the power. You can do it." The Buddha looked at Kiza with compassion and replied, "I will grant your request, but on one condition. You must bring me a mustard seed from a house where no one has ever experienced the pain of death." Relieved and filled with hope, Kiza rushed from house to house, asking for a mustard seed. Each time, she was met with sympathy, and people readily offered her mustard seeds. However, when she asked if anyone in the house had never experienced the pain of death, she received the same answer everywhere. Every household had faced the loss of a loved one. As Kiza visited more and more homes, her initial hope began to fade. She realized that her grief was not unique. It was a shared human experience. She returned to the Buddha with tears in her eyes and said, "I understand now. My son is not alone in death. Everyone must face this pain." The Buddha gently nodded and replied, "Indeed, Kiza, suffering is a part of the human condition. By understanding this universal truth and accepting it, you can begin to heal." Kiza, through her journey to find a mustard seed, had gained insight into the nature of suffering. She let go of her resistance to her son's death and found solace in the shared experience of loss. Her heart began to heal, and she eventually found peace within herself. The lesson of this Zen story is that the acceptance of the universal human experience of suffering can help us navigate our own grief and anxiety. By acknowledging the commonality of pain, we can find empathy, connection, and ultimately, inner peace.